Hello, everyone. Hello and happy Monday. If you are new to the channel, I am Amy and I am with Simply Elizabeth Crafts, and I am super excited to be here with you tonight. Nancy, I saw you make a comment. Hello, hello. Hello, Kathy Goldie. We missed Kathy this weekend, but I know you were having so much fun. But I thoroughly enjoyed knowing that you went and actually did some Bible journaling. I definitely was a little jealous, but it's okay. We missed you though. Hello, Lori. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Hello, Verna. All right. So we're going to dive right in because I'm trying to keep these all under 30 minutes for you guys now. Hello, Sharon. So first I wanted to let you know that bingo registration is still open. I know there have been several people who have said that they are coming, but you haven't registered yet. So make sure that you register because that is what actually gets you into bingo. You've got to register and do all that so that I can order your goodies. I did want to show you the bags came in, and I'm super excited about them. Although I thought they were, I knew kind of what they were. They're actually a little bit bigger than I thought, which is great. That never happens. They're always smaller. But they smell like the floats that you get out, the little like round floats and stuff that you get during the summer to put in the pool. That's what it smells like. So that is all I have smelled in my craft room since they came in yesterday. But there's different kinds. So these will be filled with not only the stuff to make your, your make and take, but they'll have some goodies in there too. I always like to kind of fill them with some treats, some chocolate and some snacks and stuff. And I'm just going to show you one more because that's this one, and then the sailboat one, of course, is my favorite. So it's going to be summer themed as far as our goodies and our bags are concerned. So anyway, don't forget to sign up. Bingo starts at 1 o'clock on June the 7th, and then it will go until probably, I think we're usually about 2.5 hours. So it just depends on how long it takes to do your make and takes. And then the other part of that is that morning I will have regular class. So if you want to do both, then I'll even feed you in between both. So if you were in the Columbia, South Carolina, or surrounding areas, we would love to have you come and join us for bingo. Lori, I wish you were too. I wish you were closer so you could come and join us. I used to do it online. That's how I started it, was online through Zoom, but I just did not do well with it. I couldn't keep up with who was calling bingo and all that. I got very, very confused with it, and I even had a helper, and it was just a lot. But I would love to maybe figure out how to do it online, because that would be, I would love to go back to that. But I started my bingos during COVID, and so they had to be online then. But hey, Gay, I'm so glad you made it on time. Yay! I hope your hula class was fun today. Okay, so let's dive in. We're going to play with the Loveliest tree bundle. And y'all know I love my trees. I love my outdoors. I did a little card to start off with, to start the week off with. I added some embellishment to it. Let's see if I can get that close enough for everybody to see. So I added some little embellishments. I'll have a tutorial, I have a blog post that'll have the cardstock measurements and all the products listed later this week. But I wanted to kind of kick it off with showing you that one. I love this card. It's very antique-y. So let's dive in. I'm going to put you guys down onto the table. And while I do that, make sure that if you are here that you do say hello in the comments, and then make sure that you give me a thumbs up and give me a like. Hello, Linda. Just so that you can help out my little small business here. Okay, I think I got everything straight. Okay, our first card. If you were at class this past, not this past weekend, the weekend before, all my weekends are running together. I don't even know anymore. If you were at my May class, which was on the 10th, I do remember that. This was one of the cards that we made. So we're going to make that one tonight. It's simple and just kind of one of those cards that, well, it's a sympathy card, which those stink to have to do. But I just felt like it was simple and yet elegant enough to just put in the mailbox and brighten someone's day that's kind of been struggling. So we are, and that card was actually, Sharon, you're on here, so I'll call you out on it. Sharon needed some good, simple sympathy cards, and so this is one that I created with her in mind, so for class. All right, so let's pull our stuff out, and there is a blog post, so make sure you go check that out. It's got the measurements and the products used, so it is all over there. And if you've never been to the blog, it is simply elizabethcrafts.com. So pretty simple, and it'll be the first post that shows up when you go to the home page. All right, let's take our inside and let's go ahead and put that there because y'all know I forget to put that in there. All right. And and I'm sorry, I'm going to be sniffling, maybe even coughing some. It's those allergies. I always have issues with allergies, but they're getting worse right now with this hot to cold, hot to cold. Okay, so we've got this piece of basic beige. We're going to stamp this with our tree. And we're just going to stamp it with black memento. And then we're going to make sure that it's straight when we stamp it down. We'll stamp it down right about there. All right, and then we're going to color it in. So we're going to do pecan pie for the bottom. And I'm really not going to, I'm not going to necessarily kind of go along with all the openings that the tree has. If you look online, you will see that they have areas that are just open to your background paper. I'm not doing that. I decided to color it all in because I am old and my eyes are old. I wear contacts and I also have glasses. So I decided that it was just not worth it for me to have to worry about all that little detail. All right, so we're gonna kind of come down here, and I think I just used the light on the sample, but I'm doing the dark on this one, which is fine. And then we'll come up here and see, here we go. It's all kind of flowing together. Let's see, I think we're gonna go with just that and not worry about the rest. Okay, and now we're going to take our old olive. We're going to go with the lighter, and we're going to actually take the brush side and we're just going to do circles around the whole thing. And the great thing is we're going to go over that pecan pie, and it's not even going to be noticeable because the pecan pie is darker. So oh, you are very welcome, Sharon. Very, very welcome. Sharon is actually probably one of my longest customers now. Sharon, we met 2017, 2018 maybe. And we have been together ever since then, haven't we? Sharon has been one of my biggest supporters in my business. I'm very thankful, not only for her as a customer, but as a friend too. She has become a very close friend over the years. Okay, so now we've got that. Now we're just going to take the dark and we're just going to add it in some areas, just a little bit of shading. And again, we're not being specific with it. We're just making it so that it's not all one color. And we're kind of going where the pecan pie is. That's kind of where I'm adding in the extra color. And we'll go with that. And then we'll take the light again, 2018. Yep, that's what I thought. It has been we have been together for a while. And then we're just going to go back over it and shade it. Or we're going to go back over it with the light. So it'll kind of blend it all in for us. And there we go. Then we're going to take our little brush end here and do some grass around here. Again, just to give it a little bit more. All right, and the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take this piece of basic beige and we are going to stamp our sentiment. I'm going to get it good and inked up, and then I'm going to pull it down just a little bit more because I'm blind and I need to be able to see to get it straight, and it being that far away might not be okay. I think we're going to go down, and if it's not straight, I think that's pretty decent. It's not perfect, but it'll work. All right. So now let's start putting things on. We're going to adhere this using dimensionals, and I'm going to do something different with the bow. I'm going to be honest. I'm not a huge fan of how it looks, so we're going to do something just slightly different. We are going to take this right here, and we're going to wrap it around our cardstock piece. I need a little bit more because we're going to tie a bow still, and I need to be able to do that. All right, so 1, 2, and 3. And then let's tie a bow. If it'll let me. My fat fingers are in the way. All right, and then we can adjust this down as we go to put it on. But I think I'm gonna like this better than just kind of having it willy-nilly underneath. Let's go ahead and move it over just slightly. All right, so what we can actually do is move it just a touch more, and I think that will work. Now what we're gonna do is put dimensionals all the way across. And I'm just gonna kind of eyeball it there and there, okay? And that should cover it up, yep. And then we're gonna go there. Let's move this one over just a touch. I don't need that, I need dimensionals. All right, so then side, and then that one's gonna go there and there. And the reason I'm putting them on here, onto this piece, is because you don't necessarily, I mean, I guess I could have done it that way, where you line it up with the bottom, but this works too. And it's just to make sure that I don't go all the way to the edge. All right, so let's pull those tails out. Then let's line this up straight and centered. And then ta-da, there we go. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna trim off. Oh, Nancy, yes, the sentiment. My favorite new set from the annual catalog, The Right Words. This is a fantastic one. It has really good sympathy sentiments in it, which is sad to say, but it does. Let's see, this one says, but just know how much I love and care about you. And then the one we're using. And then there's one that says forever loved, forever remembered. So this has, and then of course it has a happy birthday, thanks so much, and thinking of you too. So The Right Words, it's a good one. Very good. And it's $26 because it's got a lot in there. So, all right, and then we're just going to trim off these little edges here. Ta-da! That one was not straight, so let's straighten that one up. There we go. Did I get that one straight? Nope. Sometimes I should have pulled out my little cutter. Being a lefty and trimming off ends is not always that easy. Okay, so I think I definitely like it like that. Then we're gonna flip this over. We're gonna put dimensionals on it. You know, the last couple catalogs, I haven't been hugely impressed. We haven't had a lot of this sentiment stamp sets that I have been hugely impressed with. We've had a few. I feel like this one, though, has the new catalog and the online exclusives, has some really good sentiments. Even in the stamp sets. There are some stamp sets I'm getting just because of the sentiments. So, all right, there we go. There is card number 1. Let me put on my ribbon up. Thank you, Lori, and go enjoy supper. Oh, do you, Nancy? Good. I'm glad somebody else does. Yeah, the last couple years hadn't had that great, but you know, and I always go for the sentiments first. I love the sentiments. So, okay, next card is kind of a fun, girly card. Thank you, Verna. This one I wanted to, it almost kind of reminds me of a baby card, but our team for this month is doing encouragement. You could either do Mother's Day or you could do women's, encouraging women or encouraging someone in your life. And so this is not my swap card, ladies. But I was already in the mentality of thinking about that, you know, just encouraging someone. And we've also had a challenge this month that to send 7 cards every week to people, just to put a smile in their mailbox. And so with all of that, I decided I needed another encouragement card. The one I make tonight is going to someone. So we're going to do that. And this one is Wonderful Thoughts. This was one of my favorite ones that was actually in the catalog last year. So, so that is the sentiment for that. All right. And here I go with the throat. So give me 2 seconds. Let me get some drink and clear it up. Which all I have is my Diet Coke sitting next to me. So that's probably not going to help very much, but we'll see. All right, so let's put our paper on. And this is, I've already cut out everything. So it's going to be real simple, but I'm going to show you how we're going to do our sentiment. Okay, so this is going to go on the front. So I'm going to actually leave it flat like this because what I want to do is line it up with the edge, the little corner over here. And then we're going to line it up with that edge. And of course, I moved it so it didn't line up. There we go. All right. And then ta-da. And then we lay it down and it'll cover up that whole side since me and liquid glue are not friends right now. Okay, so let's do our sentiment really quick. We are going to do, it's a long sentiment. So we are actually going to ink up just the "You're loved, you matter." And we're going to do that in pecan pie. And with it being photopolymer, we can actually see right through that stamp. And so we don't have to worry about putting the little sticky on it. And then we're going to take it and come down here and center it and stamp it down. All right, then we're going to clean this because that's most important. You want to get that pecan pie ink off. So I'm going to rub it really good. And I'm not not a big fan of that noise. Sorry. Now what I'm going to do really quick too is I'm going to turn it over and I'm just going to stamp it down because you can see it's got a little bit of extra ink there. I just want to make sure that I get it. I need to wash my my little whatever you call them, the chamois. Okay, and I'm dropping everything down here. All right, so now we're going to ink up just the You're Wonderful. And again, we've got photopolymer, so we can ink up just that part. If you are nervous about it, go ahead and put some tape on it. You can put sticky tape, or you can put a whatever they're called. I just drew a blank with what the word is. A sticky note. There we go. All right, and then we're going to center this and stamp it down. It is so true that when you go live, you forget all words. I for real do. I could practice the name of everything, and as soon as I go live, I forget it all. All right, so then there is our sentiment. Now, I've already cut out our trees, and I also put adhesive on the back so that we can just stick them right down and don't have to use any kind of glue to do that. One thing I did want to tell you, in the catalog, not in the catalog, maybe it's in the catalog. I know it's online. There's a picture of it where the branches are on the front. I didn't particularly like that, so we're going to put it behind, just FYI. So you can do either way. Totally up to you. And actually, let's take this off first. And when you take this off, it should take out most of those extra little pieces. But if it doesn't, just work to get them out. Like that. Okay. And then we're going to attach it to our trunk here. Like that. And then we'll take off the sticky from that cardstock. And then we're going to just stick it right here on the end. And we're going to make sure we get it straight. Okay, and then press it down. Then we're going to do the same for this. It's not coming off. There we go. My fingers can't get it. All right. And then take that little piece off. All right, and then we're going to pick up this one and stick it on there. Like that. Let me take that little one out there. Okay, and then we'll take this off. And we're going to attach this one down here. Just like that. All right, and then I'm going to move all that out the way. We're going to pop our little arch up. And I'm going to put quite a few on here. So don't judge. All right. I could probably put one more on it. We'll move this over just a little bit. And then we'll stick that one there. Make it all balance out, right? Okay. And we'll stick this here. A little bit higher. There we go. Then we're going to take some ribbon. And I haven't used this ribbon very often. We used it in class, but I haven't actually used it, I don't think, on any live or any like club or anything like that. So I pulled it out, and I don't know why, because I actually really like this ribbon. But we're going to tie a bow, and we're going to try and see if I can get the bow to work the way I want it to on the live. Oop, I think I got it. There we go. Yes. Sometimes it works, Sometimes it doesn't. All right, let me make this side just a smudge smaller. All right, and then let's trim off our ends. And then last but not least, we of course have to add some pretty butterflies. I love butterflies, and so I felt this card needed a little bit of gold with a little bit of butterflies. And I got a brand new pack, so I had to open them and use them. All right, let's see. Take your pick tool. And we're actually going to use this end of it to get up under these butterflies. And we'll stick that one there. And we'll get a little one, put a little one here. And then I'm going to get a big one. And we're going to put a big one right here on our tree. Ta-da! All right. Oh, Deb, I do, and I'm going to tell you what. I was really sad when they got rid of our circles and squares, the deckled ones. And I will cry if they get rid of the arches anytime soon, because they are fabulous. They're easy to just add extra to a card. So, all right. So those are our 2 cards for tonight. Thank y'all for joining me. Don't forget to check back later this week on the blog, and there will be also here on YouTube, and then of course I'll post it over on Facebook and all that as well. But I'll have a full video of this card to show you how I created it, and I'll do like the voice walkthrough with it. And then of course you can check out these over on the blog already. The post should have gone live somewhere about 6:45. And then last but not least, if you do order from me this week, a $50 order before tax and shipping, you can actually get the Make and Take packet for all 3 cards mailed directly to you. All right, everyone, have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you later. Bye.